Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Peaceful Timberborn. We join our beavers on day 11 of cycle 11 of our hard mode, Permadeath. The rules are simple: 5 to 100 days of water, 5 to 130 days of bad tide and drought. We can turn off the birthing pods to control that number, but if they die, they die. I'm not allowed to sacrifice beavers, and we have banned water aquifiers, or whatever they're called. The new mod they added, well, not mod, the new version they brought out, which allows the water to be drilled out of the earth, makes the game very easy. That's not what this is about. This is about creating a colony that self-supports itself and can survive these crazy droughts that we've done to ourselves. So where are we with our colony? Well, it's taken 11 days for the water to start filling up reservoir 2. So if any of you are new here and looking at this is our colony so far. We started in our basin, and this is the only water that we are allowed to use. This is the only water on the map that comes up, so all of our water has to be pumped out of here, and we've done a lot of work creating the food, creating the wood, and starting our colony from pretty much nothing to get 6 water pumps that are pulling all of that water, powered by our really large water wheels at the back here running on bad water, and that pumps it into reservoir 2. So this is what we call reservoir 1 down here, and it goes under the ground and they both fill each other up, and then it flows into reservoir 2, and eventually these 4 pumps become active. Now recently we've started to build reservoir 3. Now reservoir 3 sits at the back. Look at that monster. It's an absolute Goliath, and we've kind of future-proofed a little bit. We're planning on having multiple water pumps here. There will be 6 up there eventually. I've just got to put the last one in, and then we need to do a little bit of reconfiguring down here to be able to fill that up. We're noticing now after doing this that even with 6 pumps, it takes 12 days, and reservoir 1 isn't even full. This is set to 5 to 100 days of good water. We might get stuck with a drought that empties these, 5 days of good weather, and then it empties. And I think that would probably be the end game for this colony. Now the wind scenario is build the monument that lets our beavers fly off to a new world. Now, in order to be able to do that, we need steel. We need a lot of metal. And that's where this new colony that we are starting to build, and we've been focusing on for the last couple of episodes now, of building this colony to be self-sufficient with water, with our crazy dam idea that we've got here that fills itself off our large reservoir over there. But here is where we mine an unlimited source of metal. We've got the workshop set up, we've got the planks set up, we're now starting to plant trees to get those planks and then them to be treated in order to be able to make that mine work as efficiently as possible. While that's also being done, we want them to be self-sufficient, so we need to find a way of having food and water. So that's what's happening here. They're building this at the moment. This is, I'll turn on the plan. This is the building of what they're doing. And on the last episode, we focused on creating a metro system that runs around this whole colony, making it move as fast as it possibly can. With that, we are at our limit of power. Power is a constant problem, and we decided to quarry out this run, and we are going to be building more wheels that go all the way, so the water is going to come down here, it's going to go all the way back, and it's going to do another U-turn, and it's going to come all the way back this way, and the water exits where it's exiting now. We have got some major projects, and that doesn't include all of the dynamite that's being created to blow out these reservoirs to collect as much water as we possibly can to withstand these crazy droughts. And also at the moment, we only have one colony that's saving this water. We don't really have any self-independent colonies. if this colony dies, it's game over. And so far we have 152 beavers, 8 baby beavers, and that's where we are. We are also looking at creating more food, more varied food using the food factories over here in this area. We need a lot of wood, we need a lot of metal, we need a lot of materials. Let's go on this journey together. I'm aiming for these videos to be an hour long. Please comment and let me know what you think of them as we move forward. As if you watch this a few times, I'm new. This is my first series I've ever done on YouTube, playing a game through. I'm interested to experiment with what that looks like, and already I'm creating new rules for the next hard version of this game that we play through, and it will definitely not be 5 to 100 days of good weather and 5 to 100 days of bad weather, and that's because we did have 100 days of good weather, and it turned into a 2-hour video. That's a long stream, that's a lot of me talking, which I'm pretty good at, but it was a long time, and I think we need to speed up the winning and losing scenarios and create a little bit more excitement, because right now we're just building a very large colony. Certainly if you get 100 days of good weather, there's no real challenge in that until you get hit by the bad tide. And we haven't actually had a bad... Do you know what? That's a lie. I mean, I did blow out the reservoir and I lost about 80% of my water that one time, which was an absolute disaster. But actually thinking now, after I was about to make that statement, every single time we have had a drought or a bad tide, this reservoir has emptied out. And that, I can't remember what the longest one was. I think it was 45 days, I wanted to say. We've certainly not had anything over 50 days. And we need to work on water storage. That's probably something we did. There was a comment on a very early video saying, why don't you just build an aquifer with a load of water storage? That's how you do it. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to do. And I like building massive, ridiculous reservoirs. I mean, look at them. Look how good they are. Look how good this is going to be when that one, if it ever gets built, is going to look. It's going to look amazing, all that water cascading down here. And there I go, thinking about the visuals again, rather than making sure these little guys stay alive. Let's focus on that. What are we going to do on this episode? What have we got to do for this hour? What can we plan? Well, I would like to get extra food in, and I would like to start thinking about water storage. All of this area over our water is wasted. Can't really do anything with it except for build very large water pumping stations. And for us to do that, I want to get it into the metro system as well, so they can get up and down and get the water relatively quickly and get it where it needs to get to, by also getting them to their work quickly as well. So if we say build a load of water storage over these reservoirs, we're going to have to tie them into our metro system. That's currently all these little pretty lights are going up and down. That's definitely something I want to do. The construction of the other reservoir is not really important to me. What is important to me is getting food, prioritizing food. In order to be able to do that, we need to blow this area out. So the first job we're going to do is prioritize this dynamite. We're going to prioritize the dynamite, and that way we can start looking at that food. And the idea of this food is this will be the water area to grow the crops, and this is going to be a new district as well, and I'm probably going to build that district over the water, and I want to use all of the nice green area to plant the crops. So we'll let them We'll let them work on that. Sorry, I just need to turn my cooling fan on. Otherwise, it's probably going to crash. Okay. Always forget to do that. I did a stream, I got 30 minutes into it, and the whole system went down because it all overheated. And that's not good. Right. Let's come and have a look at what's going on over here. Not a lot. This is that painful part of a project where you've got all of these ideas to move it forward, but we're not creating enough resource for them to be able to build it quick enough. In fact, let's focus on our research. Let's have a little bit of a look at what we're doing. We've only got 3,000 food stored. That's a disaster. 7,000 water is horrible as well. We have no food components. We have no... Oh, am I clicked on something? Hold on. No, I thought I was clicked on... If I click on this, it will show me the resource within that district, but I've just realised I don't have any districts. This is actually how bad it is. Got no wood, got no planks. Oh, wow. We are running low on everything. Right. Because of that, I could take the wood from the mangroves, but that's not going to help the food situation. There is not a lot of wood here, but for now, let's take it. The oak takes so long to mature, and the reason we've got no wood is because I'm building this really ridiculous... Do you know what? I should have planned ahead for that, and I should have built more plantation forests with oak before I started doing something this dumb. Yep, that was an oversight. That's why we have nothing to build this area out over here. How are we doing? So scrap metal, we've got 242. It's not a lot. But I think it's probably enough to unpause these. So these things take a lot of scrap metal. Oh, I remember now. I remember where we got to. I was focusing on getting this built. Because if we build this, then I can get the district open sooner. Or maybe we can get the district open... Do you know what? We can actually get the district open now. Okay, this is exciting. Okay. Yeah, we can. It will go up there. Okay, what we're going to do... We're going to kill these paths. We're going to evacuate out this area, or these beavers will leave. I didn't realise they'd actually got that far with that. It's exciting. Come on, do what you need to do and get out. There's no one new coming, is there? Yeah, there are new ones coming. Right, you know what? Fine. If you're going to be like that, they'll find their way out. We're going to build our new district. Our district is in, making this metal district online. And we need to put in a district crossing. Oh, I could go right up to the door, look. Will that work? Will that work like that? Let's try it. I don't know if that'll work like that. Okay. Oh, this isn't going to work though like this. Oh no, it is. Of course it is. There's a bridge over there, look. Okay. Think about this. That we don't need to be clever. We just need to... There we go. Let's make this a top priority to build. Okay. Let's get them building this. And then we can open our new district. Let's name it while we're letting them do that. So the whole area is called Pineapple. I don't know why I call it Pineapple. Pineappleton. Do you know what? I don't have the mental capacity right now to think of a clever, witty name. So we will come back to this, but we'll just call it Metal, so at least I know if I'm moving beavers around where they go. This needs to be built before we turn this thing on. And they are going as quickly as they possibly can. Where are they getting all these planks from? Okay, fair play. 12. Planks are good. 28. Okay, we are good. Where's this one? Oh, sorry. I got really confused with that, with the top. I always do that. These are my two districts. I haven't even been in it. Oh, what am I doing? Hold on. Pineappleton. Don't ask questions, just go along with it. Pineappleton is our main district. Metal is our new one. Let's move, for now, 25 beavers over. Let's increase the workers in here. And that means we should, we've got some workers in our district crossing. That's great. Don't have a lot of builders to carry on the good work over here. We can fix that by adding some more builder posts. That's probably not a bad idea to do while we've got all of this construction going on. So let's add some more. Let's add some more beaver builders. Oops. Let's add another beaver's hut. And we will have these guys. Let's make them really important. Come on, bee. No. That was a series of very unfortunate clicks. That's not a bad idea for a TV show, a sitcom. A series of unfortunate clicks. You know, when you get a menu up by mistake because you're clicking on something, you're trying to close it, the computer stutters a little bit, you press escape, you press exit, and then the other OK one would just be there, and you do that. That's what I call a series of unfortunate clicks. I definitely think there's something in there. I'm just talking drivel now. After watching some of these videos back, I do that quite a lot. But maybe you're one of those people like me when I have a Sunday afternoon. You know, I have a large lunch or dinner, get on the sofa, and just watch someone play a game. You know, you just sit there and you sit there listening to me, not really listening. You fall asleep. And look, if I am that guy that can give that service to be there after your Sunday lunch and you can have a sleep, I'm happy to do that. Happy to do that for you all. Back to the beavers. They are all thirsty. They are all hungry. Oh, do you know what? This was a bad idea because I do not have any water storage. Oh, yeah, this was horrible. This was a horrible idea. I didn't think about that. We need to evacuate quickly. There's no water storage. And if there's no water storage, then the beavers from the other district are not going to bring water because there's nowhere to put it. And this caught me out when I first got the game. If you guys are quite new to this game. Oh, I've just did that the wrong way. We have got a lot of beavers heading over here. That might actually crash the game out. It's not going to like that. Oh, man. I just sent 153 beavers here, didn't I? Okay. Well, let's let them work out that admin error. We need to evacuate this city. And I need to delete this. We're not ready for it yet. We are not ready. We are not ready at all. We aren't ready. And we need to prioritize the water. Once we get that water butt open, then we can go back to opening that district. So let's focus on that. Now, in focusing on that means we need metal blocks. How are we doing down here for that? Enough power. Enough scrap metal. So we just need to be patient and let those guys do that. So while they're doing that, food is a problem. We're going to fix that over here. This will be a new district of food. Doesn't really work because it's going to take so long for this to get enough water to be able to... Oh, there's many, many, many problems with this colony and what I'm trying to do with it that need to be solved. Really, I'm going to need to have a pump here to get water to here as quickly as I possibly can after a drought. And look how long it's taking just to get water here. Reservoir 2 starting to fill after 22 days. These have just started to work. I mean, let's have a look. They have just started to work, which is filling up this. Let's blow this out. Let's remove this. And put another 3 in there. Oh, this is messy now. I'm getting to a mess. They're not going to be able to reach that dynamite. Can they even get up here? Yeah, they can. It's all a mess. I'm getting distracted by things, and really I need to focus on water storage. I believe we've bottomed out here, which we have. We've bottomed out this reservoir, which means I'm in a position where I can build a support structure. This is a mess. This is where not planning for the future is going to come and bite me. I think this is one of those situations where I just need to start building, and we'll see what it looks like at the end. And the first thing that we need to do is build a scaffolding structure internally, not around the whole thing like I've done on the others. I'm really struggling to get started with this. Blank piece of paper. That's what we're struggling with. And the best way to deal with a blank piece of paper is to start colouring in, and that's what we're going to do. We are going to go 1, 2, 3, because that's the size of a water container. 4 for the path. We're going to start from here. And this is going to take us up, and we're going to start by creating a path down the center. 1, 2, 3. Ugh, that was a horrible mouse jump. I know they've just updated this actually. My game did update before I came into here, and they did say about they've done something to scrolling. I also think my computer's struggling a little bit, which is not great. Okay, that takes us up to there. Now, I want to create a platform that has got water barrels on. And they're going to come off 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And oh man, this is going to have to delete that one. That goes up 2. That goes out 4. That goes out 4, and then that's where the path is going. That's where the path is going. The path doesn't need to be that. Oh, yeah. Let's just do this. Let's just do this, and this is going to need to be extended out because, well, I'll show you why. You need to delete this path around here. This path is going to make the round. This is going to be our path that runs all the way down, and then we're going to create that there, which will allow us to have storage for our water. And this is going to be these are all going to be supply. Okay, copy and paste that. What's going on? Where's all that? Oh boy, what did I do? What's happened? Oh, that is bad. What did I do? What's... Oh. Insert bad word here. What happened? Number one, what happened? And number two, how long have you guys been watching that? Because I was so fixated on what I was doing, I didn't realize that I flooded my entire district. I saw all the water flowing this way. That's set to auto and it should close at 80. So the water is coming all the way down here. It's going all the way down here. It's going all the way round here. It's going into all of this and all of this. Okay. So... well, that's cool. Sorry, I've just noticed that instead of using the roller, which you can still do, you can drag the mouse up and down holding Alt, which goes down levels. That is so much better, but still not going to solve... what the hell happened? Oh, is it... oh, is that just... that's all underground, so that shouldn't... the problem is here. The problem is there. It's all flowing out of this. Oh my god. Okay, well, first of all, there's obviously an issue going on. This is, and do you know what? This is a something dumb I did. And the beavers have just got round to doing it and finalising it, and it just so happened to have happened when I was doing all of that stuff. That's... oh, but I've got no metal blocks. That needs metal blocks, doesn't it? Oh, this is actually more of a worrying situation because I think everything's flooded. Are they going to be able to get wood to fix that? Okay, what can I do? How do I solve this problem? The metal, we can't get metal blocks because the factories are not working because they're flooded. This is obviously the hole it's all coming out of. So if I were to put a wooden levee, yeah, I know exactly what's happened. I can see exactly what's happened here. They finally got round to doing this work. And that's caused this. That needs 12 logs. I do have logs, but I don't think that they're going to be working. Oh, okay, let's see. Are they picking up stuff? We need to see this start going up. 2, yes, they can. That's good. That should fix that hole. I mean, all the reservoirs drained out. All of that 10 days work has been totally wasted. This is a disaster. Why does this stuff keep happening? Oh, wait, I know, because I don't think things through before I do them. Right, that should plug the hole. But of course, they've all gone to bed. They got it to 78% and thought, you know what, we'll fix this tomorrow. It's not a problem. It's not like the entire district is flooded and no one can work. Yeah, we'll go to bed, you know, we'll just chill out. We'll eat some wood and we'll come back tomorrow and we'll fix the rest of it. It's not an issue. Oh, dear. This is... right, has that blocked the hole? Has that stopped water just flying out of there? Let's just have a look. Yes, this seems a lot calmer. That's fixed the hole. Now these pumps have got to pump all of this water out of here quickly and put it in back into there. Put in the comments how many people saw that. How many people saw that was happening and just wondered, when is he going to notice? When is he going to notice that his entire colony is just flooded? Oh, it's also let bad water into this. Disaster. Well, look, at least the dynamite's been done. You can watch the fireworks. Whee! Okay. All right. Not great. Okay, so that's... Well, we'll just have to leave that. That's just gonna... Well, let's go back to what we were doing and... Okay. I don't even know why I'm bothering. I don't even know. These beavers should have died a long time ago. I don't think I'm responsible enough to look after a load of beavers. What have I done wrong here? Okay, that needs to be a 2. That's a 2. Chuck in a 4, chuck in a 4, put in some 1s. 6s across the board. Actually, that middle one doesn't need to be a 6. Just needs to be a 4. And then get me some storage. Water. There. Click U, press V. Copy and paste the attributes. And repeat. But what we need to also do is put some pumping stations. It's part of the pumping stations up here. So they need 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the same gig as it was before. A 3 and a 2. Might have done this wrong. Have I done this wrong? I might have done this wrong. I think yeah, I have. It needs to be 1 more down. It needs to be 1 down, 1 across. Give me a 2, give me a 3. There, and there. Remove those. And I think it looks like this. And then we're going to put the 6s across. Obviously we can't do 6s all the way on this one. It's a weird shaped reservoir, this one. Okay. Then we have the path down the middle. And then on the end of these, we add some deep water pumps. Deep water pumps. No. Ah! I keep pressing a button that I use on a different game. I play a lot of Against the Storm. And when you've got a building, you press shift and it copies that building. And I keep doing that. That's Against the Storm's a good game. Not sure if it's very streamable. If any of you out there play Against the Storm and you'd like to see me punish myself on that game and try to save a load of other different creatures, then I might play that. There's an opportunity for us to have another pumping station here. So there we go. Some water pumping stations going in. So you can see the idea of what we're trying to accomplish here. We can't use this land for storage and water pumps. They kind of like waste the area, so let's just use it by putting water storage on it. I also put like food factories and things again later on, and I might even double this level up and see what happens there. But we've got a long way to go, not to mention that we are draining out. What an absolute disaster. I mean, it's the pumps have nearly drained it all out. We've nearly got it down there, but I have just wasted so many days of water collection. It's day 30. I'm not really giving these beavers a lot of chance for success right now. I just can't believe I did that. So they can't reach that dynamite there, so let's give them a little path. At least all the factories are running. That's all moving ahead. I was going to blow these out as well, but I can't. On an earlier episode, if you're new, I blew out this area. I didn't know there was an underground cavern, and I lost all of the water. And it was 3 days before the next drought. I thought, you know what, I can blow out the reservoir. I can get 3 days of extra water in here. That would be good. 3 days left until the drought. Blew out the water. All went down underneath the underground cabin. And yes, we survived that. But I can't remember if I was still essentially cheating at that part. When I first started this series, we started trying to establish the rules, and sacrificing beavers wasn't against the rules, but when I did it, it felt like such a cheat of sending them to a district with no water, keeping 10 beavers alive. Anyone can do hard mode like that. You just need to keep one beaver alive through the drought and you build the colony up again. So we got rid of that rule pretty quickly. We got rid of that rule pretty quick. So again, if you're new, there is an underground factory going on here. Let's just show you what's going underground here. We've got the template laid out to take the bad water from here underground, and we're going to use this to convert it into extract, because the extract is needed for mining. In order for us to do the efficient mining, we need 2 extract and 1 treated plank. So we're going to have the pine, we'll get the pine resin, and we'll get the planks, we'll get the metal, and the efficient mine will go, and everything will be good. And it's going to be very self-sufficient, producing everything needed for that. I don't know where we're getting the scrap metal from at the moment. It does seem to be going up. It must be coming from somewhere. It's certainly not coming from that mine, so I must have... The colony's getting so big right now, I just don't know where everyone is and what they're doing. Oh, it's here, look. I mean, they're getting it from this. This is where they're getting it from. We've got... Brilliant. We've got 2 contaminated adults. Where are they? Okay, well, you know what? We can probably save those. Let's save those beavers. Well-being, decontamination. There and there. Let's make it a priority. You know what? We might make it a rule, you know? We might make it a rule. If they die of contamination, that's a perma rule. Because really, I shouldn't be allowing them to get anywhere near that stuff. It's happened because this flooded and they've been over here. That's why it's happened. Okay. Have they built... No, they have not. This is not built yet. Metal blocks, and it says it's too far from the district, so I don't know how they got the wood there if it's too far from the district, but they did. Yeah, that's crazy. You can't make that up. That's oh, I just can't believe that happened. I can't believe that happened. It's just nearly on the brink of these guys working again, day 33. They're trying to start working, look. They're trying to go. Get some more water. And fill up reservoir 2. Okay. I honestly thought, because I blew this dynamite out, I was having flashbacks to when I did this bit here. I thought I'd caused a hole. I didn't realise the hole was over there because they'd finished doing something there. Man. Very, very silly. Very silly indeed. Right, so these are on 3. I'm going to do this as 2 to level this out. And then we can try and flatten this out, and let's just delete all of these 3s here. No, don't do that because I can't be bothered to get more steps in. I'm going to put some 2s in. It means this level will reach and match this level. Makes it easier when we're not having to do this nonsense all the time. I really should be prioritizing these on top of stilts. These have been done here, look. Let's do those 2 there. And then we can come down to 2. This level here looks good to go. And that's going to do 2, so 1, 2. So let's make these 1s. And then that'll bring it down to that level. That means these guys here should also be 1s. And then that means all of this land here will be the same. So that's a 3. That's a 2. I'm going to stop this boring. This is just going to go round in circles if I do this. That's a 2. I'm going to do this little bit here as 1s, and that will be the end. Otherwise, I'm just going to be doing this for the next hour, and that's not fun for you guys. That can be a 3. Okay, and let's just blow these out. Yes. Yes. 3, 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay. And then we will leave that alone. Okay, these guys are done. Let's blow that out. And we are not going to prepare this because I can't afford to lose this water now. I can't afford. The idea I was thinking if I sluice this off, then I can get this ready to receive water by blowing a hole in here, but this is too close to breaching over here, and then I'm just going to end up flooding the whole map again. So we need to leave that to the drought. and we'll come back to that later on. Right. How are we doing over here? That's been completed. That is great. That means we can try and do the district again. So back to the beginning of the video. Let's now try this district again. Let's see if we can at least get this district going. Now they've got a water trough, they will bring water in. They will bring water in, they should bring wood, they should bring planks, they should start delivering stuff backwards and forwards, and because this is here, they won't die of thirst. I'm kind of hoping that we've got food places in. Yeah, we've got food places in, so they'll have food delivered. Right, manage population. Oh, District 4, okay. You're not going to be called District 4, so you're going to have the very unique name of metal. It says what it is on the tin. And we're going to chuck 25 beavers from Pineappleton to metal and see what happens. This is interesting. Why is no one working in here? I don't know why. They are not working in there. But they are not. But as long as they're working in here, I'm fine with that. As builders, now we just need to keep an eye on... This is a problem though. This needs... We need to make sure that this has got beavers working on it all of the time, because these guys are bringing in food and water from Pineappleton and bringing it to metal. If this has no one working in it, they will not bring that food and water in, and this colony metal is reliant on Pineapple delivering those goods to it. We're going to max this out for now. We're going to see how that goes, and these guys are now going to start bringing in water, gears. I'm going to learn how to say this. What is this? I'm not even going to have a go. I'm not even going to go because I'm going to make a fool of myself. Something to do with rabies on the end. We've got treated plants coming in, we've got extract coming in, we've got gears coming in, we've got rabies coming in, which is our food. And it's not important to have beavers working this side because they are not exporting goods from metal to Pineappleton. Once we want to export from here the other way, then yes, this needs beavers on. I'm probably going to talk about these districts, how this works in a little bit more detail. I'm just a little bit nervous right now for the fact that I flooded this whole district, which has now been drained because we've got, thankfully, these 6 pumps. If I only had 2, we'd be screwed. There's no way it'd be emptied right now. On day 37, no drought in sight, and reservoir 2 is now filling. I am tempted to blow it out a little bit more to get more water into it. Okay, there's another 3 here. This is the problem when it gets uneven. You end up building stairs and there's holes everywhere, and the fact is there's a lot of dynamite in here, and we could get a lot more space for water. But quite honestly, until this reaches capacity, there's not much point in doing that. Let's carry on with what we were doing over here. I think we need to reroute the power to allow more water collection up here. To me, it doesn't make much sense to be bringing the power in here considering we've got this run. And in the future, we want to come out this way. I don't want to lose power to this. And what I might do, Do you know what? The answer is staring us in the face. This is a design that we worked on earlier on an episode where we can use the metro rail as a path for the power. And this is actually a very easy fix. We go across here, we go across there, and into our line here. What we need to do though is make sure that the beavers can access this. I kind of want this done quickly. What's going on here? Why aren't they building this? Metal blocks. Is there some... Are these not working? Are we out of scrap metal? Okay. Remember what I said about the districts? I've been getting my scrap metal from here, and the beavers have been storing the scrap metal now in metal. Because I've made a district crossing, this needs beavers in it to bring the scrap metal to it to deliver it to Pineappleton, because we're not getting scrap metal anymore. So let's have 2 beavers working on this district crossing here. They will now deliver scrap metal to the other side, and then these beavers can take the scrap metal to Pineappleton, where they're building their metal blocks, because these guys haven't started yet. It is a puzzle. So I'm going to show you, look. This is metal side, this is Pineappleton side. So the delivery of goods from pineapple to metal are here: water, planks, gears, treated planks, extract, and whatever that is. On the other side, the beavers are bringing in scrap metal. Come on, don't let me down. Scrap metal. The beavers deliver here, they take the scrap metal away, and then they will be delivering that scrap metal to our factories, which will start to build, there they go, metal blocks. So now metal blocks are being produced again. You've got to watch this stuff. This is actually how you die. You die very quickly because of mistakes like that. Obviously I need metal to build all of this stuff that I'm trying to do out here. I am going to make this a priority soon. In fact, do you know what? I'm actually going to unpause 2 of these and have them build them. So I've got some metal factories before this scrap runs out. We need a lot of metal. Are they delivering water here, or are they just drinking it so quickly? Yeah, there's water here. I think they're just drinking it so quickly that it's not being delivered outside. Maybe I need haulers as well. Maybe I need haulers to take the stuff from here. Do you know what? I probably need that. No, we have haulers. Oh, they are doing it. Okay, they're just drinking it so quickly. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. Oh, we did need those. Why did it say... Was it just paused? I think it was paused. Okay, well, they'll finish that. And then what we can also do is just finish this run. So these need 2. And I think this whole area up here is going to have 1 dynamite on it to bring it down to the same level as the other one. And yes, I just did see that. There's a 2 there. Okay. Well, that'll be their next project with dynamite. They can get that done. Woods are looking good. Logs, it's not woods, sorry. Logs are looking good. Let's stop these trees from being cut down. Okay, let them grow so we can get some pine, so we can get treated planks, because we will run out of pine resin in the end. We can get more water in here, but I am terrified of blowing any of this out right now. Let's have a look. Before I blow this out, this is where I lost all the water. You can see the repair. Well, that's going to drive me crazy, that drag mechanic they've added in. This is where I lost all the water. This is a secret cave that ran underneath. So when I blew out the reservoir to put more water in, it just all went out of there. We are going to blow this out. That's contained. That's good. Let's put another 2 in there. This is contained as well. Let's just check. Yeah, that's contained. Let's make the water do that. I can't get to that now, can I? This is all contained. This is all contained. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. I'm just going to have to rebuild this. Yeah, that's all contained. Let's do these 3 first. Beavers will be coming down here, so let's leave this alone for now. Oh, I guess we could start. How much floor have I got left? Let's have a look. Am I at the floor? No, we can go down another 1. Okay, so that's 1. That means these are going to be 3. That'll be a 3. These are definitely a 3. And those are a 3. Okay. Let's leave that alone for a little bit. And let's see. It's too far from the district crossing. What is this in? No. Just about to finish it. Why is it too far from the district? Oh, it's too far from the district crossing because this path isn't built. So let's make these paths important. And they've nearly finished building this, which is great. And then we can start by building the power chain that goes across. I'm quite tempted to... Has that been built? Or is it just that? I can't really be bothered to do it piece by piece. So we're going to build this, which should allow us to build it without doing bit by bit, because bit by bit is painful. You can watch an earlier video of mine where I show what a bit by bit build of one of these looks like, and basically you've got to build one part and then another part and another part and another part, and it takes forever because they get trapped between these. Okay, I won't need that. And then there we go. Let's delete that, delete that, delete that. Delete that. You know what? Actually, let's just make that run. Okay. And we will leave that to be built. And then we can look at extending. Oh yeah, let's just, it doesn't need a lot of resource to do it, so let's just make it a priority. Okay. Right. How are we doing? Still waiting. And let's just check in over here. Is everybody okay? Everyone looks okay. There's water coming in. Yeah, there's food coming in. Everyone seems to be okay over here. Right, we've got some. I don't even know why I bothered building the factories, because it's not hooked up to the power grid. Because that's all along here. So actually, I actually don't know why I did do that. Not thinking. I am not thinking straight. Okay, it's day 46. We have come to the end of this episode. We are still alive. Day 46. And we flooded, in this episode, we flooded our district. And we pumped all the water out. We've managed to create our first new district over here, Metal. Add names in the comments if you can think of a more creative name than that. And we are filling up Reservoir 2 right now, and I'm quite happy to see this much water in there, certainly after losing it all down here. But we are, no, don't do that. We are looking at good shape. I definitely think in the next episode, the drought will definitely hit. We're not going to get 200s in a row, and we'll see if we survive that. But we've made good progress. A lot's been built, and I'm excited to see where we get to next time. So until next time, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next Timberborn.